Hello guys, this is your friend and we are back with a new fanfic. Which is what if Naruto was cold-blooded killer 8 Age of 6 in Harem Part 1. And if you enjoy this fanfic then please press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more fanfic like this. And now let's start the fanfic. No. Stop. Leave me alone. A bruised blonde-haired kid shouted fearfully at the mob. A man stepped forward and backhanded him. Silence, demon, your existence will end here. She nay, he said cruelly as he brought down the pitchfork down on the boy's head. Suddenly he stopped and slid to the floor, dead. The boy looked up to see a black-haired man who held an elegant katana that seemed to be able to cut anything like butter. Who are you? A random person asked the stranger. The stranger replied in a dangerous tone, that is none of your concern. Why are you attacking this boy? The same man scoffed as he said, Boy, ha, this, boy, is a demon, the Kyuubi no Kitsune. The stranger fixated his red eyes on the boy. Ah, I see. The boy's cerulean eyes became fearful. I knew it, he is just like them, I'm gonna die here. He thought miserably. But, the stranger continued, if he was a demon, this village along with you people would be non-existent, which proves that he is a Gaki through and through. The boy looked up at the mysterious samurai with surprise. The supposed spokesman of the murderous mob rallied them together. He is in league with the demon, come on, he is just one man, kill him. The mob charged at the samurai, who whispered softly, I will show you a true demon. His eyes flashed a burning crimson red while he let loose an evil smirk. He disappeared and instantly the mob splattered into scattered pieces of flesh and blood. Blood splattered on the walls and street as the mysterious samurai flicked the blood off his sword and sheathed it. He made a move to go until someone pulled the back of his pants. He took out his katana and aimed at the figure. His cold crimson eyes met blue piercing eyes. Interesting, he didn't flinch and he seemed to hold up with the gore and blood, he is not afraid of losing his life. The man thought. Do you want to come with me, Gaki? He said to the boy, if you do, you will live a life where you must kill to survive. The boy answered, your power is intoxicating. I want it to protect myself and maybe others that I care about, so I will come with you. The man then asked, what is your name, boy? The boy looked up. Naruto, Uzumaki Naruto. The man said, I'm Kyo. Demon Eyes Kyo. Iku's, boy. Naruto nodded. Hi, Kyo-senpai. The two walked out of the alley, but never noticed that they left a witness. The witness happened to be Naruto's one and only stalker, Hinata Hyuga, the shy heiress of the prestigious Hyuga clan. She thought to herself, I must save Naruto-kun. She jumped out of her hiding spot and yelled, stop. The two turned to see the little Hyuga standing there, her knees shaking. Hinata. Naruto said, what are you doing here? Kyo said, you know her. Naruto nodded. Hi, she is one of my classmates and the only one who talks to me at all. Kyo looked at Hinata, who shuddered at his cold gaze. Naruto-kun, please don't leave. Kyo looked at the girl, she is in love with him. He thought to himself before he looked at Hinata, Oi, Gaki. How about this? I will take Naruto for 6 years and then bring him back to you when he is strong enough to protect himself and you. The legendary samurai said. Do why you promise, mister, the shy Hyuga said. Yeah, whatever. Kyo said, dismissing her. Do not worry, Hinata-chan, I will be back and be stronger than ever. I will be Hokage and protect you and my friends. Naruto said assuredly. Hinata looked into his cerulean eyes that she secretly loved so much. Alright, Naruto-kun. Naruto then ran to her and gave her a hug. Arigato, Hinata-chan. Pinata's eyes widened as she felt himself falling into unconsciousness. Hospital. Hinata's eyes slowly opened to find herself inside the hospital and peered into the kind face of the Hokage. Hello, Hinata, welcome back. He said. Hi, Hokage-sama. The shy Hyuga said without stuttering. Where am I? Sarutobi smiled. The hospital, A Chunin found you unconscious and near the alley where we found you. It appeared that there was a massacre there. What happened? Hinata answered, a mob attacked Naruto, but then a man named Kyo came and killed them. He took Naruto. Sarutobi's face grew serious as he said, this Kyo, were his eyes crimson? Hinata nodded meekly, and then Sarutobi replied, all right, that's enough. Thank you, Hinata. The Sandaime rose to leave until Hinata said, do not worry, Naruto will be back, stronger than ever. The Hokage turned to her in surprise as she stared at her window, looking at the moon. And I, she continued, will be stronger too. 6 years later, a boy dressed in black baggy pants and wore black armor and boots. Think of Blade's outfit in Blade 2. He also had a katana strapped to his back and his right hip. His hair and eyes were covered by the shades in his straw hat. HMPH, this place has not changed a bit, but have the people changed? The boy thought. Halt. State your name, stranger. The Chunin said. The boy turned to her and lifted his hat. You have survived Demon Eyes Kyo. The boy chuckled a bit. Kyo-senpai was brutal, but yeah, I guess you could say that. Now may I pass? The Chunin nodded dumbly as the boy passed by her. So, he has returned. Naruto Uzumaki has returned, she said softly. Hokage's office. The Sandaime sighed as he denied yet again another request for Root to reform again. That bastard Danzo never quits, does he? He muttered, I can never get a break. Suddenly a voice said, Wanna retire, Sarutobi Gigi-san. The Hokage looked up to see a boy in front of him and whipped out a kunai from his sleeve, asking, who are you and how did you get in here? The boy grasped his heart. Ah, that hurts, old man, and I thought that you of all people would recognize me. Sarutobi looked at him closely and gasped, Naruto. Is that really you? Naruto answered, is there anybody that is good looking like me? The answer is no, by the way. Sarutobi chuckled, yep, that is definitely you. What have you been doing this past 6 years, Naruto? The 12-year-old replied, I have been training and figuring out how to control the Kyuubi's chakra. The Hokage dropped his pipe, you know about the Kyuubi? Naruto nodded, and my heritage, some friends from Iowa decided to play with me and they told me about it. We send a ninja from our group to get a blood sample of the Yondaime and it was a match. I was mad at first, but realized I could have been arrogant and stuck up or likely killed or held ransom, so thanks for protecting from the worst. The Hokage sat back, well then, come back later to pick up the keys to the estate and your inheritance. I assume you want to be a ninja, so I will send a note to evaluate your abilities. The old man took out a document, signed it and handed it to Naruto. Naruto thanked him and disappeared in a wind shunshin. Indeed, you have gotten stronger, Naruto. The old man thought. Academy, for the last time, damn it, Kiba. No, I will not go out with you. Hinata said, rubbing her temples for the umpteenth time. The feral-looking boy said, ah, come on, Hinata, I promise you will have a good time. Hinata glared at him, I said no. Now leave me alone. When Iruka was about to stop Kiba, the door was busted down and a blonde, muscular boy clad in black walked in with his shades and straw hat on. Most of the girls blushed and some of the boys commented on how badass he looked. Naruto walked up to Iruka and handed him the document. Iruka gave it an once-over and said, class, it appears we have a new classmate. Please introduce yourself, he said with a warm smile. Naruto took off his hat and shades, making Hinata gasp as he said, Naruto Uzumaki, but it seems that my true name is actually Naruto Namikaze, son of Minato Namikaze, the Yellow Flash, and Kushina Uzumaki, the Crimson Angel. Everyone except Hinata and Shino had to pick up their jaws off the floor. Naruto walked up to find a seat beside Hinata and he turned to her, saying, hey there, Hinata-chan, have you been well? Hinata did something that she had not done in 6 years since that day. She smiled. Yes, Naruto-kun, I have been well. Naruto smiled at her. I'm so glad. Hinata-chan, it's been 6 years since we last met on that day. Hinata answered back, yes, it has. Suddenly Kiba jumped into the conversation rudely. Hey, you, how do you know Hinata-chan so familiarly? Naruto looked at him, I'm sorry, did you say something? Kiba growled at him, you come up all of a sudden and claim to be the Yondaimi's son. What a load of bullshit. Naruto merely looked at the Inuzuka and pulled out a scroll. That scroll, it's, a pink-haired girl gasped out. I would expect Haruno-san to figure that out since her family is the keepers of the secret family scrolls. This so happens to be a Namikaze scroll, and if someone other than a Namikaze tries to open it, they get a little shock from it. Naruto bit his thumb and wiped the blood on the seal. Naruto said with a confident smirk. The scroll opened with a faint yellow glow, leaving the kids in awe. Now if you plan on sucking up to me because I'm the Yondaimi's Sochi, save it. I don't want everybody kissing my like the Uchiha. Naruto said, I wanted to be acknowledged as Naruto Namikaze, that is all, now you can continue the class, Iruka-sensei. Iruka nodded and said, let's talk about chakra control. 2 hours later Naruto and Hinata walked toward the Hyuga manor as the Hyuga relayed all her troubles and the events that happened to her. So let me get this straight, your father is an arrogant asshole, Kiba is harassing you, you managed to turn Hanabi from her arrogance and you only show your true self to Hanabi and your classmates, right? Naruto said, recollecting the gist of the stories. Hi, I figure that they should know the real me other than Hiashi. What about you? Naruto-kun, how have you been? Hinata replied. Naruto looked at the starry sky and said, I have become stronger and learned multiple techniques, I have killed people and gained new friends. After Kyo fought with Nobunaga, he gave up Tenro and now he is living a life with Yuya-san. I learned stealth from Saizo and Sasuke, vigilance from Kyo-senpai, mercy and kindness from Yuya-san, and charm from Yukimura. He paused, letting the wind brush his face. Because of those teachings, I will fight to protect those precious to me and help anybody in need despite if they hate me. Hinata scowled as she remembered the villagers, glares on Naruto and the beatings, but when she looked at Naruto smiling at the sky, the angry thoughts washed away. She thought to herself, you have changed a lot and I wonder what kind of techniques you have learned. Then Naruto's voice woke her up, Hinata-chan, we're here. Hinata let out a groan and quickly donned her mask. Arigoto yo, en Naruto-kun. She said sweetly. Naruto voiced out, you know, you are kinda cute when you do that. Hinata blushed and gave him a quick peck on the cheek. See you tomorrow, the Hyuga said quickly, letting the mask fall for a little bit and swiftly walked through the gate while Naruto absent-mindedly rubbed his cheek. Ah, it is good to be back. As Naruto walked past a nearby alley, a group of villagers and some chunin appeared in front of him, blocking his way. Naruto sighed boredly, may I help you guys with something? A woman sneered at him and spat at his feet, glad you survived, demon, we didn't get to finish what we started 6 years ago. I can finally avenge my brother. Naruto raised his hand to his face, covering his eyes, and when he removed it, the people gasped as his cerulean eyes were replaced with a pair of blood-red, slitted eyes and a malicious smile. Hi, my name is Naruto, wanna play? He said in a mock baby tone. Gotta love Chucky. The mob got a little freaking out until a chunin shouted out, come on, he is showing his true colors, let's kill him before he kills our loved ones. The mob charged at Naruto, who closed his eyes and drew Tenro in a dazzling stroke and disappeared. The mob's mood turned from hatred to confusion, seeking out their supposed demon. I'm not the same boy from 6 years ago. Naruto said loudly. They turned to see him a few feet away behind them, sheathing his sword. A random man from the crowd said, Nani? Naruto turned his eyes upon them, saying, you heard it too, didn't you? The voice of the wind. Suddenly the mob was reduced into bloodied parts over the alley streets. Yep. Good to be finally home. Naruto said as he walked away from the area with his bloody sword over his shoulder and a smirk on his face. Training Area 7. Arg, Naruto is late. Sakura shouted angrily. Wow, for a flat-cheated kunoichi with no talent, you mostly likely would destroy someone's ears. A voice said from behind. She turned slowly to see Naruto clad in black with a black sleeveless trench coat with a yin-yang symbol, and under it was the kanji for crimson in red. Why you? Eep. Sakura began to say until the Jinchuriki grabbed her a cup. See, you have no chest at all. Naruto confirmed. Sakura jerked back, grasping her bosom. Why did you do that? Naruto said, what? I was helping you out and I don't think Sasuke-chan is gonna touch them soon, then again, he might be gay. Sakura retorted in rage, don't talk bad about Sasuke-kun or all. Naruto interrupted, his eyes turning crimson, or what? You'll hit me. Slap me. You have no skills at all. You wasted that perfectly good head of yours just to lie on your back and spread your legs open. You can't do anything to me and you'll die soon if you don't get your wits together, because eventually the weak shall perish and you, Sakura, are weak. On cue, Kakashi poofed up and began to give his usual excuse, yo, I got lost on the road of, did I miss something here? He looked between a tearing Sakura and a scowling Naruto. Naruto, what did you do to her? The Jonin asked. Open her eyes to the real world. Something you would not do since you're always drowning yourself in your past. Kakashi's lone eye widened at the statement. How did you? Naruto replied, I was up all night exploring and noticed you stood at that memorial for 30 minutes straight, but damn it, they are dead, you can't change the past, but change the future. You are tarnishing their names by doing this self-pity crap. Move on with your life. Kakashi, though he didn't show it visibly, was shaken by Naruto's words. Despite growing up with that Kyo character, he actually repeated the same words that Sensei told me when we lost Obito. He thought. Naruto rounded on Sasuke, and you, a child prodigy, is actually pretty stupid. You think you can kill Itachi, your own brother. Sasuke's gaze darkened. You saw Itachi. Tell me where he is. Naruto decked Sasuke and held up by his shirt. Even if you had the power of Kami, you will never defeat Itachi. You fool, you will never realize the task that your brother gave you. Sasuke roared, of course, I understand. I am to kill my brother and restore my clan. Naruto retorted, and what if you die against Itachi? You will never restore your clan, and I am pretty sure Konoha is not going to accept Itachi with a welcoming committee. Itachi's death means nothing unless he is willing to hurt someone you love. You need to realize that his death will bring sorrow and pain to you unless you find the truth. Sasuke said, what truth? The truth was in front of me, stone cold and dead, you, Naruto gave a backhand fist and roared, shut the hell up and listen for once in your goddamn life. Sasuke shouted, why should I? You know nothing about me and my suffering. Naruto snapped. Sasuke Uchiha, age, 12, blood type, AB, Kekkei Genkai, Sharingan unawakened, brother of Itachi Uchiha, son of Fugaku and Makoto Uchiha, both deceased. Your only suffering is that your Uchiha clan was nearly wiped out. Unlike me, I was beaten, stabbed, pissed on, raped, burned, and poisoned. I had my arms broken 25 times, my legs 80 times, and my skull fractured 14 times. I even seen one of my precious people, Ayame Ichiraku, beaten and raped in front of me, giving me all the more reason to destroy this forsaken place, starting with the villagers and working my way up. This was the first 6 years of my fucking life. Sasuke scoffed. Bullshit. Kakashi spoke up. It is not bullshit, Sasuke. I happened to carry back his body when he was hanged on the wall crucifix style 7 years ago. Sasuke closed his mouth and Naruto continued, good, you are listening. Tell me, as a ninja, what is the first thing you do? Sasuke droned out, a ninja must find the underneath hidden in the underneath. Naruto nodded, the things that Itachi said to you are the underneath, now find the underneath hidden that bullshit. Then if it makes you feel better, you can kill him or whatever. Now let us take this test. Kakashi sighed. Damn it, he made things more complicated than ever. He thought before he spoke to his charges, this test is getting these bells from me under an hour. If you don't eat anything at all. Come at me with the intent to kill. Naruto thought, oh, you are so going to wish that you never give me that opportunity. Kakashi replied, ready, start. All but one move decided to move into hiding. You are supposed to hide, Naruto. Naruto gripped Tenro from the back. Why hide at all? You know all of your locations, and plus I like to face danger head on. This is my decision and I will never look back on it ever. He unsheathed the sword slowly from the back and hefted over his shoulder. Your move, Kakashi, or are you still gonna mourn over the dead for the next 2 hours? Kakashi slowly reached into his pouch, making Naruto tense, and pulled out everyone's favorite orange book. Really, Kakashi, you are an open pervert, now I really got to kick your now. Naruto said as he rushed him and slashed at Kakashi, but Kakashi ducked while still reading his book. Naruto fixed his mouth and a tick mark appeared on his forehead. Alright, bastard, don't wanna play with me, He thought, looks like I am going to have to make him get serious. Naruto moved again to slash at him. Kakashi thought, again, and he was supposed to be trained by the legendary demon Eyes Kyo. Kakashi ducked again, but Naruto disappeared in mid-swing, making the Jonin's lone eye widen. With his old Anbu instincts kicking in, he narrowly avoided a vertical slash aimed at his torso. Kakashi switched his book for a kunai and blocked another strike to his head. Such power! What sort of training did that man put you through, Naruto? Kakashi thought, but that thought caused Naruto to get him a large gash on the chest. Naruto chided, Kakashi, you of all people know that you should always keep your guard up, you never know when someone, Naruto appeared behind the downed Jonin with Tenro poised to stab him, is going to stab you in the back. Kakashi's lone eye widened and quickly he moved, but not with getting his side slashed. Such power! He's so fast and powerful, he is not even human, he's like a devil. Sasuke thought as he watched Naruto attack Kakashi ferociously for the next 20 minutes. Naruto said, this is getting boring, Kakashi-sensei. It's time to end this. The Jinchuriki crouched and moved like lightning, cutting Kakashi's clothing into pieces. Ravage of the Reaper. Naruto shouted at the end, making Kakashi fell to the ground. Naruto pointed his sword at his throat. See, Kakashi, wallowing in self-pity and laziness caused you to be defeated at my hands. You have forgotten how to fight without your trump card. If you were back in Anbu, you could have bested me. Just then the alarm clock rang out. Kakashi smirked. Well, you failed to get the bells, Naruto. In turn, Naruto smirked and held up the bells. Oh really? I got the bells and figured that we were to work together, but I needed to make sure you get your act together. Sasuke, Sakura, come out. The two genin came out as instructed and Naruto tossed them the bells. Here, you guys need the guidance and teachings of this man. I have been taught of the real world. Kakashi thought, Naruto has become wise and strong, but he looks down on people who are weaker who rely on other powers than their own skill. Kakashi spoke up. You pass then, Naruto said. Good, I expect my first mission tomorrow and you to be on time. If not, you will watch as I burn your ICHA Paradise collection one by one. Kakashi sweated at the threat, knowing well that he would carry it out and nodded. Naruto said, good. The man left without a passing glance, leaving his teammates wondering who were the student and the teacher. Sasuke stopped him with a yell, hey, Naruto. Why don't you destroy Konoha now? You have the power to do so. Naruto said, because there is someone stronger than me in spirit, she was the one that stood up against Kyo and lived. So I will not destroy Konoha all for her, I will protect her and my friends by all means, possibly even by giving my life. Then he walked off, leaving Sasuke and Sakura wondering about the true Naruto. Hokage's office. Alright, it is time to rally up the teams. The Hokage said. A random Jonin stepped forward. I, Shiranui Genma, hereby failed Team 1. This continued until Kakashi stepped forward. I, Hitaki Kakashi, hereby passed Team 7. The Jonin gasped at Kakashi. Everyone knew that this man had all his teams fail his difficult test. Sarutobi said, explain and what happened to you. Kakashi said, my team, which consists of Uchiha Sasuke, Haruno Sakura, and Uzumaki Naruto. As usual, I was giving them the bell test. When I started, 2 of them hid while one stood where he was. That person was Uzumaki Naruto. Some of them murmured how stupid he was standing against a Jonin, Kakashi Hitaki, no less. But to my surprise, he knew the purpose and used information from my past to dishevel me. I have no idea how he got that information either. He was able to get the bells and put me in this state without help. Sarutobi dropped his pipe in surprise. He is that strong. Kakashi said, yes, in Kenjutsu. He never used any jutsu or taijutsu, so he might be stronger. Sarutobi voiced his opinion. I am glad he held back. I'm going to talk to Naruto about this and his lack of teamwork. Kakashi replied, due to this introductions, Sakura is a smart girl, but has non-existent skills and a fangirl attitude to Sasuke. Naruto took matters in his own hands and berated her about her attitude. Sasuke is a cold and aloof person with a superiority complex and wants revenge against Itachi. Naruto set him straight, but he seems to know the truth about Itachi. They both may have a chance of heart due to his bluntness. Kakashi finished and then a red-eyed Kunoichi stepped forward. I, Yuhi Kurenai, hereby passed Team 8, though I would like to report a change in one of my students. Sarutobi said smoothly, I am guessing that student is Hyuga Hinata. Kurenai nodded. How did you? Sarutobi said, oh, I forget that you were just promoted. This is an SS class secret, Kurenai-san. 6 years ago, a man named Demon Eyes Kyo came and killed 32 villagers for the sake of Naruto, then he took him away, leaving a witness. It must be the result of Naruto's appearance for the change in Hinata, the witness. Kurenai commented, actually his influence has proved to be most effective. Her confidence has gone through the roof, she quit stuttering, and fights like a graceful lioness. Her determination is strong also. She was able to fend off Kiba and Akamaru less than 25 minutes. The Jonin murmured at the sudden change in Hinata. Usually she was the shyest person and too kind. With the other students, Shino acts like a typical Aburame should, and Kiba is loyal like an Inuzuka, but he is quick to anger, brash and arrogant, especially with the topic of Naruto. Kurenai continued, that's all. She stepped back and then a bearded, very tan man with a cig in his mouth, Team 10 passed barely. It consists of Shikamaru Nara, Ino Yamanaka, and Choji Akamichi. Shikamaru is lazy like all Naras, but very smart at strategy. Ino is very bossy and like Sakura, has a fangirl attitude, but she is the motivator of the team. Choji prefers to eat rather than train hard at all, but he will be motivated by the word, fat, like all Akamichis. Overall they show promise at being the Ino Shika Cho team. The Hokage said, all right, Kakashi, Kurenai, and Asuma, your teams will start missions tomorrow. Also send for Naruto and Hinata to me please. The 3 newly senseis nodded and shunshined away. Naruto was at the training area practicing his techniques, but he suddenly spoke loudly, it's rude to watch over someone while hiding, it shows that you have some kind of ill will against me. 3 Anbu shot out of the bushes and appeared before the Uzumaki. Uzumaki-san, your presence is requested by Hokage-sama. The middle one said to him. Naruto said nonchalantly, what does the old man want with me? The one on the left, who wore a ferret mask, snapped, you will address Hokage-sama with respect, you. Naruto in an instant appeared before Weasel with his sword aimed at his throat and trained his eyes on the captain. who wore a wolf, and his subordinate who wore a falcon mask. New recruit, EH. Wolf nodded and the Jinchuriki removed Tenro from the recruit's throat. Listen, recruit, and listen well, me and Hokage Oji-san have a sort of grandfather-grandson relationship with each other. So I am showing respect in my own way. Don't cross me and your head will stay where it belongs, am I clear? Weasel said, Hi. Naruto said, good, now, escort me to the Hokage. Hinata the Hyuga heiress sat quietly, her hands clasped together. 1 minute, she was minding her own business, walking back home after taking the real genin placement test, and the next, an Anbu came to escort her to an audience with the Sandaime Hokage. What could Hokage-sama possibly want with me for? Soon Naruto came in with Weasel, Wolf, and Falcon. Hey, Hinata-chan, Naruto called out. His face suddenly went from grim and serious to happiness. Naruto-kun, what are you doing here for? Hinata asked. The swordsman replied, I have no idea, these guys told me that Hokage Oji-san wanted me. Hinata said, same here, is it because of the sudden change in our personalities or do you kill someone? Naruto said, either of them, but to my defense, they attacked me, so I retaliated as a swordsman. The secretary came up, Uzumaki-san, Hyuga-sama, the Hokage will see you both now. Hinata replied, looks like we are going to find out now. Naruto said, let's go and see Oji-san. The two began to walk upstairs to the office. Naruto and Hinata opened the door to find the 65-year-old Hokage muttering about something along the lines of evil paperwork and burning. Hey, Oji-san, you called for both of us. The Hokage looked up, ending his monologue rant to greet his guests. Ah, Naruto, Hinata, I called you two here to talk about your recent changes. Naruto said, well, I answer those two for the both of us. First off, what do you expect hanging out with Demon Eyes Kyo? Of course, I will pick up a few aspects from Senpai, and second, I dislike Kakashi, Sasuke, and Sakura for their weaknesses. 1. Kakashi indeed lost his comrades in battle, but it doesn't mean he should be moping for 2 hours staring at a monument. Sakura, fawning over the Uchiha to play the part of damsel in distress disgust me. She will eventually die sooner or later if she doesn't face reality. Sasuke, bitching about his dead family is stupid. Instead of focusing on training and mastering the techniques that he already has, he wants more power to defeat his brother. He needs to let go of his hatred and focus or die. Hinata then spoke up, I started to reveal my true self since Naruto came back to us. I hid my true potential for 3 reasons. 1. The Uchiha might have tried to betroth me recognizing my strengths since I am guessing that he likes strong women. 2. The whole nice facade was to help me find and allowed me to cause havoc on the villagers who had hurt Naruto severely just by entering and simply mention his name. And 3. It was fun deceiving everyone. After all, the best way to truly deceive an enemy is to deceive your friends first. Sarutobi thought to himself, these two have become strong and highly dangerous, it is a high priority that I don't anger either one of them. Naruto's voice brought him out of his thoughts. Oi, Oji-san, are you there? Sarutobi coughed. Yes, I believe that this change will benefit us, so there will be a possibility that you or Hinata will be transferred to Kurenai's or Kakashi's team. Naruto voiced his opinion, I believe that it would be best that I joined Kurenai's team. Hinata said, I agreed, and Kiba should be transferred to Kakashi's since he liked to harass me a lot. Sarutobi nodded. Both of you requested will be taken into consideration, Naruto, Hinata. That will be all for now, you two are dismissed. The Hyuga and the Uzumaki bowed and left the office, leaving Sarutobi alone. He sighed, this job is going to be the death of me, but at least I don't have to worry about Naruto anymore, but only the actions of the villagers and several ninja. Now, time for me to go to my happy place. The Hokage opened a compartment hidden in his desk and pulled out Ika Ika Paradise, Triple Alliance First Edition. Goddamn, I knew a position called the accordion had existed. Sarutobi thought as he giggled pervertedly and a trickle of blood ran from his nose. Naruto and Hinata. Hey, Hinata-chan, would you like to join me for dinner at Ichiraku Ramen? Naruto asked. Hinata giggled. Why, Naruto Uzumaki, are you asking me to go on a date with you? Naruto gave her a smirk. Yes, I am, Ms. Hinata Hyuga. The Hyuga heiress replied. Well, are you a charmer? I accept your offer, Mr. Naruto Uzumaki. The Jinchuriki offered her the crook of his arm and Hinata took it gingerly as they walked towards the ramen stand. Whispers of malice and discontent were heard as the genin walked through the courtyard. Hinata, slightly peeved at the villagers' insolence, intimidated them by flashing her Byakugan. The villagers, seeing this, were a bit unnerved about Hinata, knowing that Hinata was the nicest person in the village, well, except the frequent harassers like Kiba Inuzuka. To think that she had a determined streak in her at all. Hey, Tsuki Oji-san, I would like a pork ramen please. Naruto said. Tsuki turned to see Hinata with an unrecognizable blonde. Coming up, stranger and hello again, Hinata-chan, it has been a long time since your last visit and you brought a friend too. Hinata giggled at the ramen cook. Tsuki-san, you don't recognize him at all. Tsuki looked confused at first and looked closer at Naruto's face. Naruto. Is that you, Naruto? Naruto gave the old cook a genuine smile. It has been a long time, Oji-san. The ramen cook turned to the back, shouting, Ayame-chan, come and see who is here. Ayame came out and asked, what is it, To-san, who is here? She looked to see Hinata and an oddly familiar blonde, Naruto-kun. Naruto nodded and beamed. Hi, Ayame-chan, you have gotten pretty over those years. Ayame smiled along with a light blush. Thank you. Tsuki gave a glare at Naruto. Hey, you better not be sweet-talking my daughter, Naruto, best customer or not. Ayame knocked her father on the head with a frying pan. To-san, leave Naruto-kun. He was just being polite. She turned to the two genin. So what can I get you two lovebirds today? Naruto and Hinata took on a rosy hue, blushing at Ayame's teasing. Ah, you look so cute together. The ramen cook's daughter cooed. Ayame ne-chan. Naruto whined, becoming like his old cheerful self. Hinata thought, I see, he feels only comfortable around me, Ayame-chan, Tsuki-san, Sarutobi-sama and Iruka-sensei, the only ones that showed kindness to him. Some of his old self is still there. They sat down to eat their ramen, talking about their teams and senseis. As soon as they almost finished their ramen together, Hinata stood still, feeling a familiar aura. Hello, father. The Hyuga said slowly. Naruto perked up and turned to see the patriarch of the Hyuga clan, Hiashi Hyuga. It is time to come home, Hinata. The man said. Excuse me, father, but I thought that my curfew was at 9 o'clock and it is only 8 o'clock right now, I still have an hour left. Hiashi said, that is beside the point, why are you hanging out with this boy? Naruto growled as he gripped Tenro, but Hinata put a hand in front of him. The Jinchuriki simmered down, but his hand twitched ever so slightly. And pray tell what is wrong with me hanging with one of my friends, were you the one to tell me to make new friends? Hiashi gritted his teeth, I did, but he is an exception. Hinata replied calmly, which brings us back to my previous question, what is wrong with me hanging out with one of my friends, Naruto? Hiashi said, insolent girl, do not question my authority and stop twisting my word around to your liking. Hinata said, but father, I am not twisting your words around, I am merely quoting your words. You seem to recollect yourself saying them which justify my position. Now if we have nothing to discuss, I will see you at home, father. Hinata turned around toward Naruto and then Hiashi grabbed her arm forcibly. You are coming, he began. Hiashi stopped to see Naruto with Tenro at his neck. Fast. I didn't see him move at all. Naruto drank the last of his broth down his throat, and then he fixed Hiyashi a glare. I don't think that she wants to go with you, plus I think you are going to look bad in this position. Hiyashi looked to see some of the villagers and fellow ninja watching the scene. After all, it is rare to see a Hyuga to lose their temper. Now, Hyuga-san, I believe you have a choice, your daughter or your reputation. Hiyashi growled and let go of Hinata's arm. I will deal with you later, he said to Hinata. Naruto retorted, and I will file charges against you for domestic violence, assault and battery. Also I have witnesses of the altercation and recorded the conversation. He thumbed towards Tsuki and Ayame, who were glaring at him. The Hyuga head then snarled and stalked away. Hinata walked carefully as her seething father snarled away. I don't like that bastard, she said. Naruto nodded. Me neither. Want to kill him for you, Harem. Ayame gasped at Naruto's tone. As tempting as that sounds, no. He may be a bastard, but he is still my father. Naruto asked, how about maiming or torturing or castration or? Hinata smiled sweetly. Naruto-kun, there will be no maiming or torturing or castrating my father. Naruto bowed his head in defeat. Yes, Hinata-chan. Hinata smirked evilly. But, I never said you couldn't prank the man. Naruto perked up at her declaration, an evil smile slowly spreading on his facade. Have I ever mentioned that I love your devious mind now? When did you develop that mind? Hinata smirked. That was the first things I did when you left, then I started to uphold your status as the prankster. Ayame said, so the dyeing of the Uchiha hair pink, putting dead fish in the ventilation of the Inuzuka household, laxatives in the Akamichi's food, neon color clothes on the elders and the civilian council, all that was you. Hinata nodded and Tsuki fell down to the floor, rolling in laughter. Soon Ayame and Hinata joined it, remembering them. Naruto said, do you have any pictures of it? Ayame ran in the back and a few minutes later, she brought back the pictures and they all began to roar with laughter. Hey, who are the guys that are in the spandex and caterpillar eyebrows? Naruto asked curiously. Tsuki answered, that is Maeda Guy and one of his students, Rock Lee. There is a precaution, never mention the word youth around them or you will be caught in their unbreakable genjutsu. Naruto said, that gives me an idea. Hinata looked at him and then at Guy and Lee. Naruto, this is the most barbaric and vile prank your mind could ever come up with, I like it. When do we start? Naruto said, 3 days from now, but first, I am going to escort you to your home and watch over you just in case Hiyashi tried something. Hinata said, but Naruto-kun, the Byakugan can see in a 360 vision around their persona. Naruto said, but I just so happen to have a seal to affect it. See, I happen to meet a pervert peeking on women. Surprisingly, he happened to a seal master, so in exchange for not ratting him out, he gave me this seal that blocks certain dujutsu from their abilities such as the Sharingan or in this case, the Byakugan. Hinata said, I see. Then we will devise a plan tomorrow. Naruto said, right then, let's escort you back to your humble home. Hinata said, yes, let's. Hyuga Manor. Hinata and Naruto walked toward the gate to find Kiyoshi and Yuki, 2 branch members that stood guard. Good evening, Kiyoshi-san, Yuki-san. Hinata said. Good evening, Hinata-sama. They answered. Hinata sighed. Kiyoshi, Yuki, I told you to only call me that in front of my father or the council only. It's Hinata-san or Chan, I abhor titles. She turned to Naruto. Good night, Naruto-kun, thank you for taking me home. Naruto nodded and walked away as Hinata walked through the gates. Kiyoshi said, I don't see how that he is so dangerous. I mean, he has not harmed anyone except the villagers who tried to kill him and he is fond of our little princess. With his help, we will be rid of this seal, the council, and Hiyashi. Yuki nodded in agreement. Yes, it is an only matter of time. Both of the guards didn't notice a strange shadow slipped under the gates. Hinata walked inside the manor and walked straight to her room. She closed her door to find Naruto in the trees from his window. Hinata gave him a soft smile, and then hell freezes over as Hiashi came into her room. I see that you came home on time, he said. Hinata said nothing, staring at her father with cold eyes. As I said, I don't want you around him anymore, or I will send assassins after him. Hinata said coldly, your assassins will fall, you underestimate his power. None shall touch him. Hiashi raised his hand to slap her, but remember Naruto's threat echoed throughout her head. We will see, Hinata, soon you will see his true nature as a demon, he said. Hinata retorted, he is only a demon in title, not nature. Hiashi walked out with an air of annoyance as he thought, if only that were true, my foolish daughter. I don't want you to have a mistake that you will regret in life. Hinata then signaled Naruto to come inside her room. He is wrong. She said, annoyed by her father's words. Yes, he is. I'm only a Jinchuriki, a human sacrifice. He said. Hinata turned to face Naruto. Jinchuriki. Naruto said, it is a fancy word for demon vessel. Apparently the Kyuubi that attacked Konohagakure 13 years ago was sealed by the Yondaime. I found out when I was knocked out by Kyo-senpai and found that the fox is actually like senpai. Sadistic, brutal, love of fighting and blood on its fur. He's neutral until you hurt something of his or get in his way. We hit it off like the best of friends. Hinata said, so that is why those assholes beat you. Naruto said, TCH, I could care less now since I can defend myself, but I found out that there are 8 of them just like me. I happened to meet Fu, carrier of Nanabi, Yugito, carrier of Nibi, Rushi, carrier of Yonbi, Kurabi, carrier of Hachibi, and Ukitaka, carrier of Rokubi. Also to my informants, there is an organization that is hell-bent on gathering the beasts, so I warned them. They are training to be stronger to meet them head-on. Hinata said, so the only ones that you need to inform are Ikibi, Sanbi and Gobi. Naruto said, correct, Ikibi and Sanbi should not be too hard but Gobi will be since the Jinchuriki is part of Iwa and they are still hard on that last war and other one. Yonbi happens to be a hermit and one of the few that is not tied to Iwa's hatred. Hinata said, alright, enough on tailed beasts, let's plan. Naruto said, okay, I will need some pictures of Guy and Lee and print them out poster size. I will need you to plant them in his room and since he feels that his room is secure, he won't check his room at all. Next, we will replace all of his clothes with green spandex and orange leg warmers. Hinata added, and he will happen to try and borrow one of the elders' robes, so we will put a strong genjutsu on the robes, stating that he is filled with the springtime of youth. Naruto and Hinata snickered evilly at the thought of Hiashi with green spandex and orange leg warmers. Hinata said, this is perfect. Naruto asked, now what is this of overthrowing Hiashi Tem and the council? Hinata said, well, all of the branch members and about 40% of the main family don't agree with Hiashi and the council's views. So I plan to overthrow Hiashi and the council soon to become clan head. I will abolish the caged bird seal, which allows the main family to torture the branch family if they disobeyed their authority. Naruto said, alright, enslaving family and torturing them, now that where I draw the line, I will help you. Hinata's eyes lit up and Hinata tackled Naruto in a hug. Luckily, the bed was behind Naruto, making them fall in a comprising position. They chuckled lightly, but then looked into each other's eyes. Cerulean eyes met lavender pools as Hinata murmured, Naruto-kun. Naruto breathed huskily, Hinata-chan. Their faces grew closer and closer, until the door received a knock. I know, I'm in for ruining the mood, Oni-chan, can I come in for a minute? Hanabi's voice said. Hinata inwardly cursed, shit, Hanabi, could you have picked a later time to interrupt? Naruto quickly made hand signs and slipped into his shadow form and Hanabi came inside the room. What is it, Hanabi? Do you need something? Hinata said, suddenly switching to big sister mode. Then she saw it. This abomination that made her blood boil to the highest temperature in hell. Hanabi, who did that to you? She asked in a calm, deadly voice. Hanabi jerked her arm back and covered her bruise. I fell. Hinata growled, bullshit, it was the man we call father, am I right? Hanabi nodded slowly. Can I stay with you tonight? Hinata gave her a soft, caring smile. Of course you can, my little sister. Now go and get your pajamas on, then come back. Hanabi gave Hinata a smile and ran out of the room. Naruto appeared. You have a vicious side to your enemies and a soft side to the ones you love, just like me. So that bastard decides to take his anger out on the innocent little sibling, huh? Now he is really asking for me to kill him now. Hinata strode to him and said, I don't want to talk about it now, I will rant to you tomorrow. Now where were we? She grabbed his shirt, pulled him towards him and him on the lips forcefully. I like this new Hinata, so aggressive and forceful, yet gentle and soft. Naruto thought as he leaned into the. Now, I better go before your sister screams rape and gets us in trouble. The Jinchuriki said. Hinata said, blushing, alright. Naruto gave her a spicy smile. I will see you around, Hinata-chan. The young man left through the window as Hanabi walked in. Oni-chan, what are you looking at? Hinata said, the moon, it reminds me of a person. He is very handsome, yet mysterious, strong, yet silent, lukewarm, yet passionate. All of these aspects of his draws me closer to him. Hanabi said, I don't understand. Hinata smiled, turning to her, don't worry, you will understand someday around my age. Now let's go to bed, it's late. Hinata switched into her pajamas and climbed into bed along with Hanabi, slowly being lulled to sleep. Hiyashi's room. Hiyashi tossed and turned in his sleep as he dreamed that he was fighting Naruto, who held Hinata hostage against her will. Whispers of child abuse echoed throughout his head, quickly increasing in crescendo. Naruto turned into Kyuubi and spoke, Hiyashi, you will pay for your crimes against your children, just wait for me to end your pathetic life. The Kyuubi creature was about to chomp Hiyashi's head off until the Hyuga Lord woke up, sweating and panting. He looked around as he thought, that dream, it felt so real. Naruto looked at Hiyashi, ninja spire style on a nearby tree. Hiyashi, you will pay for the hurt you caused to this clan and my precious Hinata, that I promise you. Then our hero went off in a slow flame shunshin to his home to rest his nerves. 3 days later, everything is set up? Asked Naruto. Hinata nodded, the branch and Hanabi are the only ones in on it. Naruto said, good, I already put up the posters and the bed sheets up. Are his clothes replaced? Hinata said, hi. Naruto said, now we wait. Operation Spring into Youth will commence in 3, 2, 1. Hiyashi woke up to find everything replaced with green and orange colors. There were posters of Guy and Lee in their sunset genjutsu. He looked down to see that he was in a comforter with Guy and Lee's faces on it. Who the hell did this? Was it Naruto? Impossible. He couldn't have done this or else I would have detected it and Hinata doesn't have that kind of speed. Hiyashi thought. The Hyuga Lord got up to put on his robe to find that his clothes were replaced by green spandex and orange leg warmers. Ah-h-h-h-h-h-h-h-h-h-h-h-h-h-h-h. Hiyashi screamed in terror, his cry ringing throughout the Hyuga household. Naruto and Hinata chuckled, it seems that Lord Hiyashi has found his flames of youth. 2 branch member guards burst into the room, Lord Hyuga, what is the... One began until he saw Hiyashi in a pajama shirt that said, bring the full power of youth. And long pants with Guy and Lee in the nice guy pose all over the place. Lord Hiyashi. I, never knew how you felt, that way. One of the guards said, trying not to snicker. Bring me Hinata, now. The guards turned to run out of the room, snickering lowly as Hiyashi had no choice, but to put on the spandex. You better go, Hinata, and see our progress. Naruto said, hiding in the shadows. Hinata nodded and approached the 2 guards, who were laughing lowly. Lady Hinata, we must lead you to Lord Hiashi, apparently he is having trouble of coming out of the closet with his flames of youth. The guard said, snickering. Hinata smirked, I will try to help him with his problem. Hinata was led with Naruto hiding in her shadow closely. They walked into the room and both Naruto and Hinata were laughing at the expense of the Hyuga Lord. Yes, Lord Hyuga, do you need something? Hinata said with an amused look. Hiashi said, I know that you and that boy had something to do with this. Hinata faked an innocent look, I assure you that we have nothing to do with this. Neither Naruto-kun nor I have stepped into your chambers since that day we met with you at Ichiraku Ramen, but I must say that your choice of wardrobe is quite unique. I never knew that you felt so strongly about youth. Hiashi growled, leave me, all of you. The guards along with Naruto and Hinata moved out not in fear of Hiashi, the fact they were about to burst out in laughter and ran out quickly. Hiashi tried to have the main family and branch family lend them their robes, but all of the Hyuga clan had the clothes switched, well, except the sympathizers and the branch family who were wearing a genjutsu over their robes and a seal that tricked the Byakugan into thinking that the clothes were real. So he was forced to wear tight green spandex, which made a certain Hyuga pass out in fright. Then the day got worse as Lee and Guy showed up to pick up their teammate, Neji Hyuga, who was also Hinata's cousin. Seeing Hiashi's wardrobe, they ran the Hyuga clan through a 2-hour speech about the springtime of youth. The branch family and the main family sympathizers were prepared with special earplugs to block out the speech, and then they were subjugated to Lee and Guy's sunset genjutsu with the unfortunate Hiashi Hyuga in the middle of the embrace. The angry Hyuga lord walked toward the Hokage's office with the civilians and ninja alike, laughing at him and taking pictures. Hokage-sama, he shouted. Sarutobi looked up to see Hiashi in spandex and began to laugh until tears came out of his eyes. Hiashi stood there, agitated. I would like to report Naruto Uzumaki to put the Hyuga clan in this outrageous position. Sarutobi said, do you have any proof that he did this? And his name isn't Naruto Uzumaki, it's Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Hiashi said, he is the fourth son. Sarutobi said, yes, his heritage will be announced officially tomorrow. Hiashi growled, I don't care. I want him arrested and punished for this humiliation. Sarutobi repeated, I repeat, do you have any proof of him doing this? Hiashi growled, no, but I know he did it. Sarutobi said, Hiashi-san, I can't arrest Naruto if you don't have any proof of him doing this, and don't even think that I am defending him because he is Minato's son. You remember I did punish him for painting the Hokage's faces when he just turned 6. Hiashi closed his mouth, fine. He stalked off and the Hokage put up a silence jutsu to laugh and roll on the floor to his heart's content. Naruto, you never cease to amaze and provide the life in Konoha, that was my laugh for the day. Hokage Monument, that was the best prank ever and it is all on tape and pictures for memories. Naruto said with a devilish grin, the prankster is back and better than ever along with his lady by his side. Hinata placed on his lips, did you post the pictures all over the village already? Naruto nodded, yes, in a few minutes, you shall hear a low rumble of laughter quickly increasing in crescendo in 3.2.1. Sure enough, there was a faint cry of laughter that grew louder and louder as time progressed and Hiashi's reputation as a stoic man was destroyed completely. He was now known as the closet youth fanatic. Nice job on finding Tora, Team 7. Sarutobi said. Naruto's eyes twitched violently. Hokage-sama, I would like a better mission please. Sarutobi noticed the hidden anger in his voice and quickly agreed to it. Knowing that Demon Eyes Kyo was a dangerous man when angered, now imagine a mini version of him in Naruto along with the power of Kyuubi was worse. Your C-rank mission is to escort a bridge builder to Wave Country and protect him from bandits. The Hokage said. Then Tazuna came in. Well, I feel safe, I got half of a good deal. The blonde kid looks badass and the sensei is competent, but they make up for the pink-haired banshee and emo duckus-haired boy. Kakashi had to hold back Sakura and Sasuke while the old man went to take another drink, but drank air. He looked to see Naruto next to drinking it. "Are you a bit young to drink?" he asked the swordsman. Naruto gave him a look. "Hey, I could die at some time in the future, so as a ninja, I'm old enough to kill, drink or fuck." Tazuna said, "Works for me, I'm Tazuna." Gates, ah, so good to get away from here. Naruto sighed, "My sword's being itching to get out of its sheath for a while now." They walked past a puddle and the swordsman muttered, "Wow, already, huh? Whoever these ninja are, they are complete retards." The Chunin threw his partner over to land behind Kakashi and trapped him between the chain. "What?" Kakashi said in complete shock. Maizu growled, "One down." Then Kakashi was reduced to bloodied chunks. Next, the mist ninjas appeared behind Naruto, who rolled his eyes and looked behind him, pathetic. Soon the Chunin were reduced into bloody chunks. The blood spatter caught the side of Naruto's face. Sakura said, stuttering, "Why you just killed them?" Naruto retorted, "Would you prefer I let them kill you?" Sakura shut up for a moment, looked the bloodied chunks and ran into the bush to throw up. Sasuke, used to seeing bodies, looked a little green and looked away. The Jinchuriki looked to see that the heads were still intact and sealed them into a scroll as he called out, "Oi, Scarecrow, get your out here." Kakashi came out from behind the tree. "You could have waited a little." Naruto hefted Tenro, "Well, excuse me, both of us know that they were aiming for the old man. For you and me, they would need at least 3 or 4 Jonin to take us out." Tazuna probably lied because of the money since Wave's economy had declined severely. Tazuna admitted, "It's true, Gato had been draining the country's funds with his tyranny, and since our economy is primarily dependent on trade, he blocked our ports." Sakura asked, "Who is Gato?" Naruto said, "An illegal businessman that deals in the black market. Word there is that he intimidates small countries with his mercenaries and hired ninja." Kakashi said, "Black market." Naruto said, "If you want information on somebody, you go to the black market where all the gossip is at." Sasuke thought, he killed those two without remorse, it must be the power of the sword. The Uchiha said, "Oi, Dobi, give me that sword." Naruto ignored him and that irked Sasuke to no end. He hated people that ignored his demands. "Hey, I am talking to you, Dobi." The Jinchuriki said, "Yeah, and I am not listening at all." Sakura screeched, "Give Sasuke-kun that sword, Naruto no baka." Naruto's eyes flickered from blue to red as he said to them, "Do you two want to die today?" Both the Uchiha and Haruno flinched at the seriousness in his voice. "Then I suggest that you leave me alone. The sword is a Muramasa blade, you would have turned into a raging killing machine if you couldn't suppress the urges. I can and my sensei can too, so when you attain and can be able to fight on par with me, which will be in about 10 years or more, then you can hold Tenro." Naruto turned to Tazuna. "Let's go, Tazuna, though you lied, I don't like seeing people oppressed." Kakashi said, "Naruto, you can't decide." Naruto retorted, "If you want to go back, then go. I have been able to take care of myself all my life before. You can go and ask for reinforcements, Kakashi, but I'm sure Duckus is going to follow to fight strong people and Banshee will follow Duckus like his little bitch. Either way we are going to wave one way or another." Naruto and Tazuna walked off, followed by Sasuke and Sakura, then Kakashi as he thought, "Sensei, if only you can see your son, you would be so proud, despite that he is a little gray. Boat. We should reach the border of Wave in a few minutes." Kaji said. They rode past to see a glimpse of the uncompleted bridge. Naruto whistled, "Gotta admit you can make a good fucking bridge." Tazuna answered, "Damn straight." Kaji said as they approached the bank, "This is as far as I can go." Tazuna thanked Kaji and the group walked off. Soon Naruto felt a presence and threw a knife into the bushes. "Son of a bitch," he got away. he muttered as he went into the bushes to find a white hare. Aurora, that means, Naruto thought, tensing up as he petted the female bunny. Sakura shouted, "Look at what you did." Naruto replied, "Haruno, look at the hair, it's springtime and the fur is supposed to be brown. Are you sure you have a brain under that big forehead of yours?" Sakura was crestfallen at the jab about her forehead, but she recovered quickly. "He is right, Saku, everyone get down." Sasuke tackled Tazuna and Sakura while Kakashi and Naruto ducked. Well, Naruto bended backwards Matrix style. A big sword zipped overhead and a man dressed in camouflage and grayish-blue pants. "Zabuza Momochi, what a surprise," Kakashi said. "Sharingan no Kakashi and, you." Zabuza said. Naruto tipped his straw hat up and waved. "Hey, Zabuza, long time no see." Zabuza said, "You know, Haku still misses you a lot." Naruto said, "I thought I told her that I had to keep my promise to a girl 6 years ago. Where is she?" Suddenly a blur came and glomped him from behind. "Right here, Naruto-kun." The Jinchuriki said, "Hey, Haku-chan, here is Aurora back." Haku said, "How did she get here? I left her at a cave." She turned to Zabuza. "Zabuza-senpai, you used her for a substitution." Zabuza said, "I." Haku shouted, "Silence. I kill you." Naruto began to laugh at Zabuza, who wilted under her gaze. "You know, Haku-chan is going to kill you for using Aurora as a scapegoat." He turned to Haku. "Haku-chan, can you spare Zabuza please?" The Hyoten user smiled at him. "Only for you, Naruto-kun." Kakashi said, "Ahem, pardon me, but may I ask how you two know each other?" Naruto smiled. The demon of the mist was one of Kyo-senpai's buddies. When I say buddies, it means that Kyo beat the shit out of him in gambling and owe him money. So in exchange, Kyo had him train me in silent killing, sealing, some Suiten and Futen jutsu and finally wielding a Zanbeitu. Zabuza muttered, "I still think he cheated." Sasuke shouted, "I demand you to submit to my will and teach me your jutsu." Zabuza stared at the Uchiha and said to Naruto, "Who the fuck is this kid?" Naruto said, "Oh, Zabuza, meet Duckus." "Duckus, meet Zabuza." Unfortunately, my teammate, Uchiha Sasuke aka Emo, Bastard, Duckus, Sasuke, Little Screw, etc. He likes to have everything given to him on a silver platter. Zabuza sighed, "Another El Arrogante, Funny. I remember when we beat the shit out of that one guy." Naruto said, "What was his name?" Andrew, Aoi. Aoi was his name. Man, it was funny as hell when Sasuke kicked his for calling him short. Zabuza chuckled, "That was hilarious. Anyway, why are you here?" Naruto said, "We are here to help Tazuna to be protected from assassins." "I guess that you are the assassin." Zabuza nodded, "How about we gamble a bit? We fight and whoever draws first blood will follow them." Naruto unsheathed Tenro. "Agreed. You know I think Tenro likes your blood." Zabuza took Kubikiri Bocho out of the tree. "Hehe, I think Kubikiri Bocho likes yours too." The two deadly swordsmen attacked to clash in the middle. Kakashi, Sakura and Sasuke were shocked that a katana was able to withstand a Zanbeitu. Naruto slashed at Zabuza, but the demon of the mist blocked it with the flat of his blade and pushed him back. Next, Zabuza did an overhead slash, but the Jinchuriki flipped backwards to avoid and tried to slash at his face. The ex-Mist Jonin moved his head backwards to have Tenro cut a few strands of hair. "Phew. Close, very close. You have gotten good, Naruto." He commented. Naruto said, "Thanks, I had a great teacher." Zabuza grinned, "I know, it was me." Naruto said, "Yeah, and Kyo and Yuya and Sasuke and Saito and Yukimura and." Zabuza said, "All right, I get it, I get it." Naruto grinned and they fought, speeding up and the slashes were visible, surrounding them in a dome. Then they clashed again in the middle, letting the slashes cut into the trees with large gashes. Time to end this. Zabuza said. Naruto said, agreed. Then Naruto pushed back and slashed ferociously at him, making Zabuza move backwards on the defensive. When Naruto got tired, Zabuza slashed at him diagonally, but the Jinchuriki jumped on his blade and quickly slashed at Zabuza, drawing a bead of blood on his sword. Gotcha. The Jinchuriki shouted. Zabuza said, God damn it. Naruto said, well, I guess this means that we have to kill the source of this shit. Gato and you two could come back with us. Sakura thought in horror. Oh no, if that whore comes with us, she might like Sasuke-kun and take him away from me. Haku ran to Naruto and they flew since she is one of the few that he can completely let his guard down. Naruto sheathed his sword quickly before catching her and both of them fell to the ground. Haku was on top and straddled him. Ooh, I like this position you're taking, Naruto. So forceful. Did you keep your promise to that Hinata girl? This position made Zabuza's eye twitch. Kakashi giggle in reference of a scene in his book, Sasuke to lust over here even more and Sakura to glare at her, wanting those looks for herself. Naruto said, I wouldn't be here with them if I didn't. Then Sasuke walked up to Haku and said, hey, I am Sasuke Uchiha. What do you say that you ditch the idiot and go out with me? The Uchiha smirked inwardly. The Uchiha charm never fails. Naruto and Haku got as the Jinchuriki thought, holy shit, and here I thought that Sasuke was gay. Haku smiled softly, sorry but I am taken by someone else and I'm not interested. Sakura cheered in her mind, yes, she declined, I am safe. Sasuke narrowed his eyes, listen, bye. Naruto and Zabuza instantly moved before Sasuke and had their swords at his throat. Finish that word. Zabuza began. Then Naruto continued, and we will collect your freaking head. Next. They both said in unison, we will not tolerate you insulting her ever again. Kakashi sighed, okay, I really need to have him transfer before Sasuke or Sakura get maimed. He thought to himself, going back to reading his porn. Sasuke was shaken up as Naruto and Zabuza took Tenro and Kubikiri Bocho from his neck and moved toward Haku. Okay, so we bust in, kill Gato and his cronies, find the money, give some to Wave, have you come back to Konoha and meet Hina-chan, and the rest will follow. Zabuza said, basically that is the gist of it, but we got to leave them with the old man. I'm sure Gato might send someone to their house and kill him. Also I don't trust the boy because of Haku and his superiority complex, the girl is practically useless and will get herself killed in an instant. Kakashi, I do trust but someone gotta keep those two pathetic excuses of ninjas in check. Naruto looked at Kakashi, who just said, go, you are the most experienced out of this team and plus you are going to go regardless if I say no to you. Naruto said, the mission is to protect Tazuna, there is a saying cut off the head and the body will die. Kill Gato and Wave is free from his control. Plus Sakura can handle a lot of blood and the council would have a hissy fit that the Uchiha died on his first C-rank mission. Zabuza said, let's go then. Haku grabbed Naruto and Shunshin away while Kakashi, Sasuke and Sakura escorted Tazuna to his home. Gato's hideout. What the, erg. A mercenary said before his life was shortened to an end by Naruto's Tenro. This is boring, how much further, damn it? Asked the Jinchuriki hardly putting up an effort. Zabuza sliced a merc in half and grunted, should be, upstairs, not much, further. Damn, they are like cockroaches. Haku shouted, this is the last bunch. Soon the trio cut down the last of Gato's hired forces and moved upstairs. Zabuza kicked open the door where Zori, Waraji and Gato were waiting. Ah, Zabuza, you killed Tazuna and you brought another subordinate. Gato said, too bad. I'm afraid that I have to kill you. Mercenaries. No one came to answer the tyrant's call. Yeah, we kinda kill them all, so nobody is coming to save you. Naruto said, hefting Tenro on his shoulder. Get them. Zori and Waraji charged at Naruto, but fell to the ground strangely in front of him as blood pooled out of their bodies. Zabuza said, "Where is the money, you spineless swine?" Gato said, "In the cabinet, please don't kill me." Haku checked to find money, then Zabuza lowered his sword only to twist around and embedded a mist-style kunai into Gato's neck. Gato gurgled, choking on his own blood and fell to the ground, still and lifeless. "Done, now we go to Tazuna's house." Zabuza said, yeah, I kinda forgot to ask." Naruto said. Zabuza screamed, "What? Tazuna's house? They have been gone for a long time, that baka got himself killed." Sakura said. Tazuna sighed at how dense she was. Even he knew that Naruto was no laughing matter since he was able to draw first blood on Zabuza, the legendary demon of the mist, and if they were not friends, he could possibly kill him. He doubted that the boy, no, man could be killed by a bunch of mercenaries. Then the door knocked and Tazuna with Kakashi behind him opened the door to reveal a bloody Naruto, Haku and Zabuza. "Yo, sorry that we are late, someone forgot to ask directions," Zabuza said in an irritated voice. Naruto said, "Hey, we got here, alright. Damn uptight bastard." Haku said, "Anyway, Gato is dead." Tazuna's grandson, Inari shouted, "No way, no one can beat Gato and his men." Naruto pulled out a picture and gave it to the boy. Inari looked to see Gato's dead body crucified to a tree with a kunai in his neck. "You were saying," the Jinchuriki said. Inari looked at him in shock and Naruto said, "Look, kid, I only did it because I was paid to and I hate seeing people oppressed by the ways of money." Naruto looked at Kakashi, "We might as well stay until the bridge is complete to train." The Jonin nodded, "This saves us time for training, what do you know?" Naruto jabbed a thumb at him, "Everything he, Kyo-senpai, Yukimura-chan, Yuya-chan, Benitora-san, Sasuke-san, Saito-san and then some. My chakra control is at least mid to high Chunin level." Kakashi said, "Who are they?" Naruto replied, "My friends. Sasuke and Saito are both ninja, Yuya deals with medicine and etiquette, Benitora trained me in bojutsu and spear training and Yukimura taught me charm, swordsmanship and advanced bojutsu." Kakashi thought, "Well, at least he is opening up a bit." Sasuke shouted, "Oi, teach me all you know." Naruto kicked Sasuke in the face and stomped on him hard several times. Sakura shrieked but Haku poked her pressure point, rendering her unconscious. Sasuke was taken upstairs and Naruto and Haku, being evil, placed them in a compromising position with Sasuke's pants halfway down and Sakura's mouth on his crotch. "Was that necessary?" Kakashi asked. Haku answered, yes, it was." Kakashi shrugged his shoulders while Naruto took pictures of it blackmailing the Uchiha and Haruno. "Well, at least this let us focus on training. First, I will make them do the tree walking exercise and teach them one jutsu each to master over the 2 weeks." Naruto said, "So, you finally moved on, huh?" Kakashi replied, "You were right, I have been too focused on the past instead of the present." "Thank you, Naruto." Naruto said, "Just don't screw up this time." Then the Jinchuriki went towards the door and stopped. "Kakashi, I believe you father was a good man, make sure you follow his example completely." Kakashi's lone eye widened and then softened, "Right." Next day, Naruto, Kakashi, Zabuza, Haku, Inari, Tsunami and Tazuna woke up early to eat breakfast until a scream was heard. Haku smirked, "It seems that our 2 lovebirds woke up." Sasuke limped down the stairs holding his crotch while Sakura repeatedly apologized to him. Kakashi looked up from his book, "What happened to you?" Sasuke winced, "But my." Suddenly everyone except Inari burst out with laughter. Tsunami stifled a giggle and Inari looked confused. "Oh shit, that was my laugh for today," Naruto said, wiping away a tear. Sasuke narrowed his eyes, You did this?" Naruto said, "Yeah, I didn't unless you quit demanding me, Zabuza or anyone else of their jutsu, hitting on Haku and Hinata, then this." He pulled up a picture of the compromising position and the Uchiha paled in fear. Then I will show this picture to the council, making you take Haruno as your wife. Sasuke shivered as he looked at Sakura, who had the look of lust at the thought of being married to your beloved Sasuke-kun. Sasuke immediately complied to Naruto's demand reluctantly as he thought, damn it, I can't demand anyone for jutsu or take his strong women either. He got me, but if I can appeal to the council to take his blackmail from me. Naruto thought as Sasuke's scowl turned into a smirk, so he does plan on using the council, No matter, I have more than enough dirt on the civilian council, Hiashi, Danzo and the old wrinkled bitches that called themselves elders. You're in check, Sasuke Uchiha. Kakashi said, well, put some ice on and eat your breakfast, you are going to need it. Sasuke said, for what? Kakashi replied, your training. So we are going to climb trees? Naruto asked. Kakashi nodded, this exercise will help you control your chakra and. Naruto said, I have already done this with Zabuza, including water walking. Kakashi said, oh, okay, well, Sasuke, Sakura, you two use those kunai to mark your place if you fall off. I suggest a running start to get you going. Sasuke and Sakura nodded and ran toward their tree. Sakura got up farther than Sasuke, but Sasuke ran up a few feet before slipping off. He jumped down only to fall on a branch, hitting his bruised groin. Naruto and Kakashi began to laugh at Sasuke's pained face as he slips off the branch and held his non-existent precious. Then the Jinchuriki turned to Kakashi, so, Kakashi-sensei, what can you teach me? Kakashi said, not here, you know how he gets with jutsu. The sensei made a cage bunshin and made it watch the two students work on their exercise. The real one went with Naruto a few feet away. Okay, I guess I can teach some jutsu, do you know your chakra natures? Naruto answered, wind and water. Kakashi said, okay, I know that you have Suiden jutsu already from Zabuza, so here is a scroll with Fuden jutsu. There is Kase no Yaiba, Fuden, Rinkuden, Fuden, Senpuken and there is one Suiden jutsu that I think you don't know, Suiden, Hahenryu. Naruto said, thanks, Kakashi-sensei. I guess I better get training. Naruto ventured further into the forest and began to train while Kakashi returned to his students while reading Ika Ika Paradise. The swordsman was practicing Fuden, Senpuken until Haku came up and hugged him from behind. Hi, Haku, Naruto said. Haku nuzzled her cheek against him. Hello, Naruto-kun. Naruto sighed. Haku-chan, you know that I can't do this, that was why I had to leave before I did something I would have regretted. Haku said, but I have known you longer and I want no one else but you, after all, you were the one who saved me from killing myself. Naruto said, but that doesn't mean that you have to give yourself up to me. I am a one-woman man, I do love you, Haku, but I can't. Haku said, you really love this Hinata girl, don't you? Naruto said, she is the only one besides you that I have told her about the Kyuubi and didn't think that I was a demon, merely a Jinchuriki. She is strong and fierce, but kind and caring at the same time. You are the same, but I feel more inclined to her than you to tell the truth. Haku said, I will defeat her and when I do, will I be able to win your heart, Naruto-kun? Naruto said, if only she accepts your challenge. Haku said, fine, Naruto-kun. 2 weeks passed and Naruto mastered Kase no Yaiba, Fuden, Senpuken, but he was still working on Fuden, Rinkuden and Suiden, Hahenryu. Sasuke and Sakura learned the tree climbing exercise, then Kakashi gave them each a scroll with ninjutsu for Sasuke and some low-level genjutsu for Sakura to use. Soon Zabuza and Haku stood with Team 7 in front of Tazuna, Inari, Tsunami and the rest of the village. Thank you for saving our village. Tazuna said. Kakashi said, no problem, Tazuna. Tsunami said, come and visit sometime, okay. Naruto said, definitely, this place will be my vacation resort. Inari looked at Naruto in hero worship mode. Naruto-sama. Naruto looked at Inari. Inari, call me Ni-san. Sama maybe feel old like your grandpa. Tazuna said, hey. Inari said, Ni-san, thank you for killing Gato. Naruto said, no problem, kid. I noticed the picture with your father. I was guessing that your father stood up against him and Gato killed him, that was why you were so sad and pessimistic. Remember to always protect your loved ones no matter. Naruto bent down to one knee and unsealed a scroll to give Inari a tanto. Here, this used to be my practice weapon when I was your age, but practice with a stick before you use this, alright? Inari nodded and Naruto ruffled his hair. Your father would be proud if he could see you now, which reminds me, that is a perfect name for this bridge. The Great Kaiza Bridge. Tazuna said, well, we were going to name it after you, Naruto. Naruto said, nah, I don't want my ego get big like Uchiha here, but just make a plaque saying who helped make this bridge possible. Tazuna nodded and Team 7 along with the Mist Ninjas left, waving goodbye. That kid, no, man is amazing. He acts like he doesn't care, but he does have a heart after all. Tazuna said. The trip was uneventful, Kakashi and Zabuza reading Ika Ika Paradise, Haku staying close to Naruto and fending off Sasuke. Sasuke glaring at Naruto and thinks of ways to get Haku in his bed and Sakura glaring at Naruto for showing up her Sasuke-kun and Haku for trying to get her Sasuke-kun. Konoha, halt, state your business. The Chunin guard said. Kakashi said lazily, Team 7 along with missing Nin Zabuza Momochi and unregistered Nin Haku Momochi for possible recruitment and completed mission. Quote. The guard nodded and let them past, staring at Zabuza and Haku before getting back to work. Ah, good to be home. Naruto said, yawning. Zabuza said, so this is Konoha, never thought that I would be here. Naruto said, well, now you are, Zabuza-sensei. They reached the Hokage's office and Sarutobi looked up. Ah, Team 7, I trust that the mission was a success. Kakashi said, it was, but we came into some changes along the way. Sarutobi said, what kind of changes? Kakashi said, the client lied about ninjas being after him, making it at least a B-rank mission. We continued due to Naruto's impulsiveness and met Zabuza Momochi along with his apprentice and adopted daughter, Haku. Luckily Naruto knew them through his teacher, Kyo, who won a gambling bet against him and made him train Naruto in the silent killing style and Suiten Jutsu. He convinced them to join us with a first blood match and then he, along with Zabuza and Haku went to Gato's hideout and took him out along with the hired mercenaries. So we train while helping Tazuna finish building the bridge. Sarutobi said, so Zabuza and Haku are here to register as Konoha ninjas. Well, Haku will be easy to do, but Zabuza, you will be on a 3-month probation before you can attain your rank of Jonin. Zabuza said, that is fine. Sasuke said, I would like. Naruto stared at him and pulled up the picture again, making Sasuke shut his mouth up. Sarutobi said, on that note, Haku and Zabuza, you will live near the Inuzuka residence in an apartment. Here are the keys and deed to the house, you are all dismissed. Team 7 left to go home. Well, Sasuke went to go to the council and Naruto went to escort Haku to her apartment to meet Hinata coming out from the Inuzuka residence after talking with Kiba. She needed to get away from the Inuzuka's advances. Naruto-kun, you are back. Hinata said, hugging her lover. Then she looked at Haku and said, who is your friend? Naruto said, Hinata, I would like you to meet Haku Momochi, she is my sensei's adopted daughter. Haku, this is Hinata Hyuga, my girlfriend and the girl I made the promise to 6 years ago. Haku said, so you are the girl. Hinata said, huh. Naruto said, you see, Haku was so depressed one night that she decided to kill herself for failing Zabuza when I defeated her in a tag team battle. I happened to pass and stop her from performing such act and now she has a attachment to me now. Hinata said, So I am guessing that she wants to repay you by giving herself to you, right? Haku said, that is correct. Now I want to issue a challenge to you, Hinata-san. The winner gets Naruto's heart. We both know that he loves strong women and we both want him for obvious reasons. He is strong, respects women, dislikes perverts and has great stamina. Hinata blushed in thought as the stamina comment reprocessed into an impure thought, but she shook her head and said, fine, I accept your challenge. Naruto said, then we are in agreement. By the way, I thought you disliked Kiba. Hinata said, I do, but his mother Sume-sama invited the team to come to her house. I was this close to killing Kiba for trying to touch me. Naruto bristled in anger, is your team still in there? Hinata said, yes, I just came out here for some fresh air. Naruto said, good, I hope Sume-san would mind if I just invite myself inside. Naruto, along with Hinata and Haku came into the Inuzuka residence to meet Shino, Kurenai, Sume, Hana and a shocked Kiba. Hello, Sume-san, how have you been? Naruto greeted her. Sume said, Namikaze-sama, what a pleasant surprise. May I ask what are you doing here? Naruto said, please call me Naruto-san or Naruto-kun, I hate formalities and I figured I might as well see my future alliances as well as my girlfriend here. Kiba paled in fear as Naruto had put a hidden smile that unnerved him to the core. Sume said, ah, so Hiashi approves of you. Hinata said, no, but frankly I don't give a damn about him. He can go to hell for all I care. Sume smirked, so the shy Hyuga is fully out of her shell. Hinata hugged Naruto, making Haku glare at her. It is thanks to Naruto, he gave me the resolve to get strong in secret, but my father acts like a conniving bitch, so I had to do it in secret. Kiba thought, maybe I can appeal to Hinata's father about this relationship, so I can get her for myself. Sume said, ah, young forbidden love, how sweet. Rest assured that the Inazaka will not betray your trust, Naruto-san. Naruto said, I am not worried that you won't, Sume-san. Despite being the most dangerous woman besides Anko Mitarashi, you are also the most loyal. Sume said, originally we were supposed to have an alliance through a marriage with you and Hana-chan. Naruto said, I am a one-woman man, Sume-san. We will have the alliance, but I will not marry your daughter, not saying that she is not cute or anything, but I believe that Hana is going out with a certain Senbon chewing Tokubetsu Jonin. Sume said, Hana, you never told me about this. Hana blushed. I was going to tell you, but it slipped my mind. Sume said, have him meet us sometime, I would like to break him in. Naruto turned to the rest of Team 8, Kurenai-san, Shino-san, Kiba, how are you three doing? Kurenai said, very well, Naruto. Hinata seems to be very happy with you around. Naruto smirked at his blushing girlfriend, really now? Shino said, Hinata seems very distracted during the 2 weeks you were gone. Naruto said, hugging Hinata close, ah, Hinata-chan, you missed me that much. I am so touched. Hinata said, you are going to milk this, aren't you? Naruto whispered, more than you know. Kurenai along with Sume and Hana smiled at the couple's affection. Shino looked impassive. Kiba and Haku glared at the two for doing that to their man-woman. Naruto said, anyway, Sume-san, it appears that I am in a predicament. Sume said, oh, and how can I help you? Naruto said, can we use your dojo? It appears that 2 women are after my heart, Hinata-chan and my mutual friend, Haku-chan. I met her on my training trip with Kyo-senpai. I saved her from killing herself and she feels that the only way to free herself is to give herself to me. I do love her, but I can't love her like Hinata-chan, so they have a challenge, they will battle each other into submission and the winner of the match, gets me. Sume said, ah, just like our traditions, when 2 alphas wanted the same woman, they have to battle to see who the top dog around here is. Fine, I will let you use the dojo. Kiba thought, maybe I don't, I hope Hinata loses, but that Haku girl is cute too. Dojo Hana was acting as proctor. The battle between Hinata Hyuga and Haku Momochi will commence shortly. The prize will be Naruto Namikaze's heart. You may use taijutsu, ninjutsu or genjutsu. Are the contestants ready? Both girls nodded as they slipped into stances. Begin. Hana shouted. Hinata and Haku shot forward to meet each other in a clash. Hinata aimed a palm strike at Haku's torso, but she twisted to the side, trying to stab a Senbon needle into her neck to paralyze her. Hinata blocked her arm and lifted her foot to strike Haku's kneecap, making her fall to the ground. Hinata was about to give her a juken hit to her shoulder, but Haku rolled away at the last second, throwing Senbon at Hinata. Hinata shouted, "Byakugan." She saw the Senbon and plucked every one of them to throw them back at her. Haku backflipped to avoid her own weapons and commented, "You are good." Hinata said, "Thanks, so are you. Shall we continue?" Kiba said, "This battle is pointless. Why wouldn't Hinata-chan or that Haku girl would want Naruto for anyway, he is a dunce." Sum said, "You don't know much about Naruto, do you, Kiba?" Kiba said, "Why should I? He could never defeat me." Sum said, "Baka, he could kill you without even trying. He was trained by Demon Eyes Kyo, a man who has killed over 1,000 men. It is said that the last thing a person sees before he died before Kyo is his cold, burning crimson eyes. On top of that, he is the Yondaime's son, having access to his work in jutsu. Now he could pretty much kill everyone in this room without difficulty. I rather have him as an ally than an enemy like Hiashi has done." Kiba looked at Naruto, who was sitting with Tenro on his shoulder and watched his girlfriend and friend fighting for his heart. On the outside, he was impassive, but the inside, he didn't want either of them to hurt each other severely. Haku noticed that there was a manger filled with water and she kicked it over, then she flipped through one-handed seals. Hana said, "One-handed seals? That is impressive for a girl at her age." Haku shouted, "Sweden, Sensatsu Shishio." She stamped her feet at the water and the water rose up, surrounding Hinata and turned into hardened needles to launch themselves at Hinata. Hinata shouted, "Kaden." She spun around to send the needles around, making everyone except Naruto move to avoid them. A few needles aimed at Naruto, but he plucked them out of the air while watching the two girls fight without moving from his spot. Haku continued to fight Hinata with solely taijutsu, but she was blocked on every way and Hinata could not get a hit on her at all because of Haku's speed. They are equal to each other. There is no telling who could win this match. Hinata is well-rounded in taijutsu and her family techniques while Haku seems to be a long-range fighter and good at taijutsu and dodging. Their speed is on par and their flexibility. Hinata seems to have the upper hand in that department. Kurenai said out loud. Shino said, "Indeed, sensei, this will be a close match." Haku said, "I see. You are a close-range fighter and since you are a Hyuga, you can stop my chakra points, but this battle is over." Haku released a huge amount of her chakra as she did a unique hand sign. Makio Hyosho. Suddenly the water surrounded Hinata and hardened into ice mirrors. Hinata thought to herself, "Interesting, so she uses a large amount of chakra to make this jutsu work, but on the downside, it appears that she must use a lot of chakra to keep this jutsu up. She is very serious about this matter, then I will give her the same regard." Naruto thought, "Haku, you would really go that far to just to get me. You know that jutsu is not for prolonged use." Haku said, "Let's begin." Haku merged with one of the mirrors and soon copies of her reflection appeared in front of Hinata and threw Senbon at Hinata. Hinata dodged the first wave of Senbon and constantly had to move to avoid the Senbon. Hinata shouted, "Kaden." The Senbon were blocked and Hinata stopped, panting hard. "Damn it, she is trying to make me use Kaden until I exhaust my chakra. It looks like I have to use that technique." Hinata closed her eyes and moved into an unfamiliar stance. Is she trying to do the Hake stance?" Sum said. Hana said, No, it is something different. Kurenai said, it is. She realized that the Jukin stance is focused on powerful strikes, so she made her own style using her nature that she was most affiliated with, water. Judging how she feels about her father, she made it as a countermeasure against his style and to make herself stronger for herself in Naruto. Water is very flexible and can turn an attack against your opponent. The Jukin style that Hiashi and the council use is focused on lightning, powerful and fast. Hinata shouted, Hake, Shugohak Rokuyansho. Hinata began to move her arms slowly at first. Spheres of chakra appeared in her palms as she made bands of chakra around her. Then she moved faster and faster until the dome surrounded her with chakra bands. Then she expanded it, forcing Haku out of her mirrors and breaking them. Haku was not able to avoid the technique and crashed against the chakra bands, making her scream in pain. Then Haku was flung back to land on her back. Then Hinata pounced on top of her, holding a kunai at her neck. Haku said, I submit. Hana said, winner, Hinata Hyuga. Hinata got off of her and helped her up. You were a great opponent, Haku-chan. You fought me with everything you had. Haku said, it appears that it was not enough. Naruto said, Haku-chan. Haku turned her gaze away from him, but Naruto took her chin and held it firmly to meet his gaze. Haku-chan, you fought with everything you had for what you believe. That alone impressed me to see how far you would go for the ones you love. I know you think that I am the one for you, but I think that I am not that person for you, so you will find someone that will make your feeling for me dwarf the feelings you have for that person. That is a fact. For now, Haku-chan, just be patient for that person, he will come to you soon. Haku nodded and hugged Naruto. Thank you, Naruto-Nisan. Naruto smiled. You are welcome, Nei-chan. Hinata dropped to the floor, sitting on the ground. That match took a lot out of me. I never expected to do Kaden in succession with that jutsu of hers. Naruto said, yeah, Haku Nei-chan is awesome, isn't she? Hinata said, you have a strong sister, Naruto-kun. Kiba said, okay, Naruto, it is time for you to be beaten. Naruto looked at him. What do you want, Kiba? Kiba said, I want Hinata, she doesn't deserve you at all. Sum hissed. Kiba. Naruto said, Sum-san, this doesn't affect you at all, you have your opinion and apparently Kiba has his own. Tell me, Kiba, why do you like Hinata? Kiba said, what kind of stupid question is that? Naruto said, just answer the damn question. Kiba said, because she is hot and strong. Naruto said, do you even know anything about her besides her looks in terms of strength? Kiba said, of course, she, well, she, Naruto said, exactly, you don't know anything about Hinata, but I do know a lot about her. She was the only one who was nice to me when I was about to start at the academy. She was the only survivor of the alley massacre because I told Kyo-senpai of her kindness to me, so she was spared. Her birthday is December 27th. She loves cinnamon rolls. She loves to press flowers in her spare time and spending time with her little sister, Hanabi. Her favorite color is cerulean and her ideal dream date is a picnic in a beautiful garden with a beautiful sunset in the horizon. Kiba said, I knew that stuff. Naruto said, then why didn't you say it? Kiba said, that doesn't matter, Hinata doesn't deserve a killer. Naruto said, I have killed people only to protect my precious people, but I see that words will not help you at all. Naruto set Tenro aside and stepped forward, let's go. The Jinchuriki turned to Sum-san, I am afraid that your son will have a reminder on him when I am done. Sum said, that is fine. Hana said, the battle between Naruto Namikaze and Kiba Inuzuka will now commence, the winner gets Hinata Hyuga's heart. Ready. Begin. Kiba crouched and shouted, Shikyaku no Jutsu. Chakra surrounded Kiba's persona as Naruto unsealed a wooden sword and hefted it over his shoulder. Kiba charged at Naruto and slashed at him, take this. Naruto smirked and disappeared in front of Kiba's eyes. Kiba shouted in shock, what? Naruto appeared behind him. Nice speed, but mine is faster. You should never charge into a battle without analyzing the situation first. Kiba turned to swipe behind him, but Naruto disappeared to appear beside Kiba. Strike 2. Kiba did it again and Naruto appeared in front of him, crouched in a Batojutsu stance. Strike 3. He slashed upwards, catching Kiba in the chin and propelling him in the air. You are out. Kiba fell to the ground, unconscious, and a gash appeared on his right cheek. It is done. Naruto Namikaze is the winner due to Kiba Inazaka unable to battle. Hana declared. Naruto resealed the wooden sword in his scroll. That was boring. Sum said, I apologize for my son's actions. Naruto said, Sum-san, you have nothing to apologize for. Kiba brought this matter on himself, although you warned him of the danger in facing me. I bid you adieu, Hana-chan, Sum-san, Kurenai-sensei, Shino-san. I must take Haku to her apartment. Naruto bowed and escorted Haku to her apartment after giving Hinata a on the lips. After Naruto dropped her off to her apartment beside Zabuza's, he left to go to his estate only for an Anbu to come and said, Namikaze-sama, the council requests your presence. I have already informed Inuzuka-sama to be there also. Naruto nodded and Shadow Shunshin to the meeting room. Meeting room Sarutobi sat in the room along with the council, scowling at them for their arrogance. Naruto appeared and said, Yo. Homura said, you are late. Naruto said nonchalantly, sorry, I got lost on the road of life. Along the way, there was a black cat that crossed my path, so I had to take the long way around. Then an old lady needed help with her groceries, so I decided, as a gentleman, I need to help her out. Sarutobi and the Shinobi Council except Hiashi chuckled at Naruto's Kakashi impersonation. This is no laughing matter, Namikaze. We were informed that 2 new residents are here and Uchiha-sama wants this girl named Haku to be his bride. Homura said. Naruto said, sorry, no can do, because of 2 things. 1. She is my sister in all but blood and under the Sarutobi and Namikaze protection, and 2, she doesn't like his and he insulted her when she politely refused to go on a date with him. The Haruno council member said, you can't deny the Uchiha his prize, Namikaze. Naruto laughed, oh, such respect now, whatever happened to Monster, Fox Brat, or my personal favorite, Demon. You all have realized that you have made a mistake, well, most of you. I will not let Uchiha have Haku because if that happens, then I will have to kill him and surely you don't want to lose the Sharingan. Homura said, you will become a traitor and an S-rank missing nin. Naruto turned to him, oh, just like when you made a back alley deal to have Iwa kill Nawaki Senju for publicly disrespecting you. The civilian and shinobi council except Hiashi gasped and glared at Homura, who was sweating bullets. Homura said, I have no idea of what you are talking about. Naruto said, oh, really? The Jinchuriki took out a scroll and unsealed a document. Recognize this document, Homura. This was the document that ordered a hit on Nawaki Senju, with your signature on it. Sarutobi said, Homura, I can't believe you did this. You were one of the reasons you made Tsunade leave this village. Anbu, arrest Homura for treason and the killing of Nawaki Senju. I will send word to have Tsunade deal with you personally. Koharu said, Sarutobi, you can't do this, Homura is your teammate. Naruto said, teammates, you both don't know the meaning of teamwork at all. You and that old fart got obsessed with power and became corrupt with it. Koharu said, you put false information to have Homura killed, didn't you, Namikaze? Naruto said, you are one to talk, just as you did the same thing to have Tsunade killed because of your son's death. Tsunade did her best to save him, but you held a grudge and instead of her getting killed, her lover Dan was killed and drove her away. If you don't believe me at all, here is a document as well a picture of you signing the agreement. Sarutobi said, Naruto, how did you get this information? Naruto said, my father, Minato Namikaze knew that he had enemies on the council, especially on the council, so he made sure to keep tabs on all of his potential enemies. He has a lot of dirt to put all of the civilian council behind bars or killed for treason. Naruto took out Tenro and placed 2 fingers on his sword to make an unholy orange glow appear on the blade. Koharu Udatane, for your crimes against Konoha, you are accused with treason and found guilty. Therefore I sentence you to death, die. Naruto slashed at Koharu and sheathed his sword slowly. Do you hear it, the voice of the wind? He sheathed the sword completely and Koharu died with blood leaking from her mouth. Now would anyone else like to say something? The civilian council paled in fear at Naruto's aura, including Danzo. Naruto said, good, because I would like to. I am not the same kid that you villagers would beat up on my birthday. Cross me and I will not hesitate to kill you, but some of you are too dangerous to live in the presence of me, for example, Danzo. You were the one who let the secret slip of my status as a Jinchuriki, hoping that the villagers would break me, so I could become a weapon like the ones around the world. You also, during the Third Great Shinobi War, made a bargain to help Hanzo kill some opponents of him in exchange for the title of Hokage. You also were the one who had the Uchiha massacre performed, not sparing the women and children, who were the innocent ones in the Uchiha clan. You still have root up and have been trying to have word with Iwa to send assassins to kill me since I am the Yondaime's son, and most of all, you were the one who poisoned Hitomi Hyuga when she refused to give her firstborn child to you. For that, I will not forgive you. Danzo shouted, root to me. Several Anbu guards rushed towards Naruto, but fell dead without Naruto moving an inch. Naruto grabbed Danzo and threw him outside of the window. This ends here, Danzo. You will not try to hurt any more people for your stupid ambition. Danzo said, do you get it? I am trying to save Konoha. Naruto said, by ridding your soldiers of emotions and their sense of right and wrong, by trying to cause war with all the nations for your selfish ambitions to have Sarutobi Jii-san killed and make me into a mindless weapon. You will not escape me, Danzo. Because of you, Hinata and Hanabi could have had a loving mother, and for that, I will never forgive you. I will send your soul to hell and have Hitomi's soul rest in peace. Danzo tore off his bandages on his eye and arm to reveal multiple Sharingans. Then you will die before me.